Welcome back to Keep It Real Boxing. This is Cypherbox, and I want to talk about Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. Now, the last video I did was around the 60-40 split, which was offered to Anthony Joshua by Team Parker. Parker's now come out and said recently that he's happy to take 35%. So he's happy to take a little bit of a drop, but he wants 35%. Now, if you remember that from that video, if you watched it, I spoke about the process of negotiations. About how you will overprice yourself in order for your competitor to lowball you, and you then keep going back and forth doing that until you get the price that you're happy with. Now, I said that I think Joseph Parker would settle for a 30% split, a 70-30% split. So at the moment they're at 35%. Joseph Parker's team has just recently done a press conference, and I've put that video up on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, so go and check those out. My social media links are all in the description of this video. And basically what they said there was they have a conditional contract with Browne to fight Lucas Browne. Now, part of that condition would be if something materialised with Anthony Joshua in terms of a unification fight, that Lucas Browne will step aside and he would be compensated for that reasonably. So kind of how you would do with a mandatory challenger that you want to step aside, you give him some step aside money. So I'm guessing that's how it would work out for Lucas Browne. So they've gone on to say that, yeah, they've put in a 35% offer now, so 65-35%. They're happy to come down to 35% to Eddie Hearn, but apparently they're saying that they're not willing to budge on that. That will be the last offer. Now, I don't know how much truth there is in that, because they said the same thing when they were asking for 50-50, and then they were asking for 40%, now they're asking for 35%. So I think they probably will be willing to budge again, but they're probably going to, I reckon Joseph Parker is looking for 30%. So I think Eddie Hearn will come back, lowball him again, they'll think about it and then come back and say, right, okay, we'll take 30%, and I think Eddie Hearn will probably agree to that. But we'll have to wait and see how that unfolds. But like I said, there's going to be obviously a contract now with Lucas Browne, so obviously Joseph Parker doesn't want to wait around. He doesn't want to be sitting there getting stale, or sitting around not being active, waiting for this contract with Anthony Joshua to finally come through, which I think is kind of smart on their part, to get that contract with Lucas Browne, just so they've at least got a fight in the pipeline. Do you know what I mean? Team Parker have also said they've got lucrative offers from China and Russia, so I don't know who that's against. I don't know if that's Povetkin and whoever else that is, but they've got options. So they're being smart. They're not hedging all their bets into one fight with Anthony Joshua. They're thinking plan B, C and D, obviously, which is smart on their part. My question to you guys is, do you think Joseph Parker is set out to get a 30% split as a minimum to fight Anthony Joshua? Or do you think he's going to stick at this 35% that he's currently asking for now? And if so, do you think Eddie Hearn and AJ, Matchroom are going to be satisfied with perhaps giving him at least a 30% split? And do you think it's worth that? Let me know what you think. I personally think he's a champion, so a 30% split is a respectful percentage for him. And I think that fight can be made if Eddie Hearn came back and said, hey, we'll give you 30%, that's about it. And I think Team Parker would probably be happy and be willing to budge on that, to be honest with you. But let me know what you think. As always, guys, like, share and subscribe. Until next time, this is Cypherbox reminding you to keep it real.